If I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
According to Barbie, she is the reason people are watching the WNBA. She is the reason that people are paying $16 to watch the Chicago Bravado play the Phoenix Masculines later today. What a matchup! The Bravado.
In All-Star polls, Angel Reese did not place in the top 10. Yep. In fact, the universe may be malfunctioning. Did her jump shot win the votes? Or did the fans lose their minds? In any case, group conversations are ablaze, Twitter is in ruins, and somewhere a hype train just went off the rails. Fasten your seatbelt. We're dissecting the vote drama, the silent shade, and the reasons why Angel may be a standout performer in attitude, but not in votes. Let the mayhem start.
One reason why Mr. Dennis Rodman never got the backlash that Miss Angel Reese is getting? Because there is no athlete in the history of sports that have come into a professional league and proclaimed themselves to be the best or to be the reason why people are watching this league now. No athlete has ever done that. Not even Caitlin Clark, which we know that is the reason why we watch the WNBA, but you never hear Caitlin Clark say, I am the reason why we are watching the WNBA. LeBron James came into the league. You know what they nicknamed him? They nicknamed him the King. He didn't give himself that nickname. They proclaimed him to be the next one. And what's crazy is in the beginning of LeBron James' career, they said he was too nice. They said he wasn't cocky enough. There's a thing that we love about great athletes. It's called humility. It's a modest or low view of one's importance.
It's not surprised that Angel Reese didn't even make the top 10 WNBA All-Star rankings. It's essentially the storyline twist that everyone anticipated. It's similar to seeing a film in which the antagonist dangles from a helicopter and delivers a 5-minute monologue. You devour your popcorn with wide eyes, knowing what's going to happen next. The idea that anyone anticipated her making it in was the true bombshell.
The cap of caps. For the better part of 2 years, maybe even 3 years, the mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star. Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
Let's be truthful. She has had a more difficult season start than a gym floor burn. This season, Angel Reese's unpredictability has been her sole constant. You would think a highlight reel with missed layups, mid-range bombs, and defense that resembles interpretive dance more than athletic strategy would be a blooper collection if someone put it on shuffle. It's the type of performance that would cause a coach to simultaneously seek for a stress ball and their blood pressure medication.
Now, guys, y'all saw what happened with Angel Reese. It took her 36 minutes to get it. And as soon as she got it, all these records, right? And why can't I celebrate it? The night before, she was just crashing out on social media, talking about all the fans who hate her because she cute, hate her because of her rebound. And then what got to her was the whole me bounds thing, where people are saying that most of her rebounds come off of her shots. Y'all, if y'all watch this channel, y'all have probably seen, her social media take on that night before the game.
As well as the votes. Yes, the votes were truthful. The hush was louder than her stat line when the votes were tallied, and her name did not appear in the top 10. Not even a place of sympathy. No, your hustling placement is fantastic. Just nothing at all. As if her all-star relevance vanished. People were astonished, nevertheless, as though her fame was going to be achieved solely by her aura.
Garbage. Golly. Man, Angel Reese with a triple single, 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. She was a minus 25. She was 1 for 1 from the field, and it was a 3-pointer. She shot 100% from the field. She made a 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Terrible game. Minus 25. Man, the Sky, bro, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all like the punching bag between the Sky and the Connecticut Sun.
This is the same Angel Reese who claimed to be the main attraction for women's basketball fans just last season. She was more than just a WNBA player. The WNBA was her. She didn't intend to join the league. She was being overtaken by the league. Reality, however, had other ideas. It became evident as soon as the season began that drawing attention to the sport is insignificant when those viewers are watching you attempt a perfect shot on national television. If people were genuinely interested in the sport because of Angel Reese, they are now peering through fingers as if it were a scary movie. Fans watch each game as if it were a suspenseful movie, waiting for her to ultimately lose it. Warning, we're still waiting. The irony is another factor. Because others were out here earning their place while she was busy campaigning as the league's face. For example, Caitlin Clark appeared to be playing chess while everyone else was performing TikTok dances while being hacked, fouled, bumped, shoved, and smacked. However, it appears that Angel is still buffering.
In simple, you'll get a response. And, oh, what's this response I get? Let's go through this together like it was in real time. Angel Reese said people watch the WNBA to see her play. Today is a perfect example of why people don't watch the WNBA at all. Okay, so already this is not trending good. Caitlin Clark is out. Angel Reese is playing. Tickets for the game, $3. Okay, that's a joke they run on the Clippers a lot of times. That doesn't really get to me. Angel Reese pulling up the games like it's New York Fashion Week. Oh, this is what she wore to the game. Not mad at that. Everybody has seen Debo Samuel show up to games and play well, and also not play so well. So I'm still a little torn. I don't know what happened. Then I see this, leaving with 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Confetti, pyrotechnics, and more media attention than the presidential primary greeted her as she joined the league. These headlines, however, suddenly seem more like hype-driven obituaries. She lost sight of the fact that being a pro requires more than just posing with sunglasses and going viral for the occasional stare-down, somewhere between the glitz and the glamour. It entails blocks, rebounds, assists, and real baskets. She hasn't exactly been giving out the goods her fans vote for. Numbers don't lie, so let's talk about them. But Angel's stat sheet undoubtedly conveys a heartbreaking tale. Field goal percentages are so low that they require a step stool. She has more turnovers than assists and rebounds. As if she were allergic to the ball, she has been boxed out lately, despite being the queen of the paint. It's similar to witnessing someone attempt algebra while wearing oven mitts. Oh, and the fans were prepared. They arrived. They ran a campaign. With a social media crew, they marketed her as if she were Lisa Leslie's second coming. Yet even the most naive superfans had to narrow their eyes when the votes came in, placing them in the top 10. She was unable to make it into the top 15. For her effort, or the one time she looked down on Caitlin Clark at the NCAA tournament as if she had just dropped 40, you would think someone would have given her a sympathy vote.
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if we want this rivalry to be able to have some staying power. She had a very, very busy offseason, but at this moment, it does not seem like the offseason involved a lot of mic-in drills of left-handed layups. Right now, Angel Reese, she is a wildly famous rebounder.
However, facial emotions are not the foundation of all-star games. Performance is the foundation of them. Her season has been a glitzy failure thus far. Not to mention the drama. The drama, oh. Naturally, the fury, conspiracy theories, and dramatic Instagram tales follow the all-star snub. Some people believe it's a popularity issue. As if Angel wasn't one of the league's most talked about names. No, popularity has nothing to do with this. Performance is the key. Angel has been acting as though she is still in preseason mode when it comes to that. She speaks loudly and repeatedly. As for walking the walk, let's just say that the all-star court has hardly been scratched by her sneakers. In fact, half of the players would assume she was bringing Gatorade if she entered the all-star locker room at this moment. It's just how far her current gameplay is from the all-star level. It's not shade. Don't misunderstand. This is about the facts, not about detesting Angel Reese. It's about a player who delivered the goods after believing the hype. A player who believed that having collegiate connections would grant them access to the WNBA's top division for life. However, the league does not award medals based on social media likes and vibes. They are rewarded for leadership, defense, points, and rebounds. The things that all stars do, you know.
So even though everybody might think you're the greatest, everybody might be so excited about your performance, you scored 40 points, you come into the press conference, you're like, I guess the shots were just falling for me. Not, oh, I'm the best and none of these motherfuckers can guard me, because they respect the game, they respect the players. The reason so many people don't like Angel Reese is because she's self-proclaiming herself to be something that she has not done yet. She said, I am the reason why people are watching the WNBA, but it's not true. What's crazy is her fans don't even watch her yet.
And at this point in the season, Angel's biggest accomplishment may simply be getting her name brought up without bringing up basketball. Yes, fashion. Brands, of course. Presence off the court, without a doubt. But not even close, All-Star. The All-Star game isn't a picture op, in case anyone has forgotten. It's an exhibition of skill. Furthermore, despite how harsh it may sound, her talent hasn't exactly been blazing the scoreboard. She may still be drawing attention to the sport, but the sport is kindly requesting that she also contribute a respectable shooting percentage. Maybe more hustling, maybe less drama, maybe a couple double-doubles. Because every game in the WNBA is filled with talented, hungry women. Furthermore, Angel's performance now seems more like a TikTok phenomenon that has since subsided. It's not a popularity contest in the league. It's not a runway. Who has the biggest fan base or the most stylish post-game outbursts isn't important. It's all about outcomes. Angel Reese must stop coasting on her promise and begin demonstrating why she merits discussion if she wants to be more than simply a headline.
Now, for the wildly overrated and shockingly underrated Angel Reese, I saw on X, formerly Twitter, the other day that Angel Reese was getting bombarded with criticism for her sorry performance in Chicago's 79-52 home loss to Caitlin Clark's Fever without the injured Caitlin Clark. Ah, man. Angel wound up with a grand total of 4 points on 2 out of 7. Didn't shoot a single free throw. Although she did have 12 rebounds, her average, which does lead the league. But a couple of times Angel drove it and flung up just these wild shots from 3 or 4 feet that missed the rim by, 3 or 4 feet.
All-Star dreams will remain just that, dreams, until then. Because excuses are the only thing the Angels have accrued more of than missed shots this season. And just when you thought the story of the All-Star rejection couldn't get any more ridiculous, Angel Reese's highlight videos suddenly appear like a blooper reel on steroids. No, really. Want not to wince so much that your eyebrows want to fly out of your forehead as you watch one of those so-called highlights. If the film was made by someone who despises basketball and meant to make you wonder what life is all about, it's a cinematic experience. She either misses a bunny from point-blank range or gets hammered defensively, like she's the turkey on Thanksgiving in every so-called spectacular play. She appears unsure of whether she is playing defense or offense half the time. After fouling someone with the delicacy of a stone through a window, she is attempting to argue with the referee. We should be surprised that she isn't among the top 10. How did she even get All-Star votes? Is a question that people frequently ask. For example, is there a group chat called Delusion United where a secret ballot is being circulated? Was a bot farm constructed via false confidence and missed layups? Because performance isn't the basis at all.
Angel Reese. What happened to the Angel Reese fan base? Have y'all truly abandoned Angel Reese? Is the star shining? Does the star shine dimming on Angel Reese now? Have her own people just left her? Have they forgotten her? Do they no longer love her? I mean, you know, she celebrates mediocrity with the me-bound thing that she thinks that she's just gonna so randomly get. I know people all thought that was brilliant and so forth, and she can make whatever t-shirts she wants. You do know that patents are not just trademarks are not just given. They take 12 to 18 months for approval, and half of them are rejected.
Someone would still claim she's altering the game even if she averaged 2 points, 7 rebounds, and 19 Instagram stories per game at this point. There's nothing like this league, dude. A comedy, a circus, or a reality TV program where competence is less crucial than media hype and defense is optional. The fire remains a dumpster fire. And not even the lovable sort you hang out with your pals. It's the kind that makes you question whether the building as a whole is insured. Another player is elected league queen every week for having a colorful tunnel fit, hitting 3 jumpers, and yelling loudly. In the meantime, real ballers silently post 30 pieces, treating it like a shopping list. She is an angel, the empress of empty statistics, the duchess of deflections, and the queen of vibrations. Rebounding is the only thing she can do consistently. And let's not act as though it's due to extraterrestrial effort or placement. No, it's because she's standing behind the basket like she's waiting for an Uber Eats delivery and is taller than half of the players on the field. When gravity is on your side and the ball essentially falls into your arms, rebounding is not a skill. However, her admirers are yelling that she should be an all-star since she embodies the culture and brings vitality. Which culture? The culture of overhyped bravado and substandard statistics. We're all stars, if that's the current bar. At halftime, let's just distribute the trophies and be done with it. Ribbons of participation for all.
So it was literally a case of, Angel Reese got in by coaches. So the only players that I would assume are going to get in on, based on that is, I think it'll probably be, I think Caitlin will, obviously. Caitlin will get in. And I think it's to pick the starters, I think. So I think it'll be Caitlin, it'll be Fee, it'll be Aaliyah, it'll be Aja, it'll be Stewie, it'll be Paige. Angel Reese is 13th in All-Star voting, lads. She is 13th in All-Star.
The plot twist of all plot twists, however, comes here. Angel Reese has somehow become the victim of a Me Too charge that she filed against herself due to her extreme attitude. The league has never witnessed such a heinous instance of self-inflicted martyrdom. Ignore the media. Fans, forget about it. Ignore the criticism. Look what they did to me, yelled Angel Reese as she threw a pie in her face while standing in front of the mirror. She is too strong, too prominent, and too much of a trailblazer in her sphere. No one is out there planning your demise, sis. They're simply fed up with you ignoring wide-open layups as if they were a performance art piece. Angel Reese's game is the reason why people aren't watching women's basketball. They are watching because it has become a spectacle, a soap opera, and a source of memes. I'm the reason they're watching, she says. Let's just call it that. They are observing because they find what they are witnessing unbelievable. It's puzzling, annoying, and oddly funny to watch this happen, like someone attempting to assemble IKEA furniture with oven mitts and a bad attitude.
Had lost its new point guard, the great Courtney Vandersloot, to just an awful knee injury. She tore her ACL. That was in the first quarter. That took the life out of the home team and took the quarterback out of the offense. But still, Angel looked pretty sorry, as she often does. I'm just being honest. I mean, as a post player, shooting a lot of point-blank shots at the rim, last year Angel made only 39% of her shots. Which ranked 50th of 55 players.
It seems like the coach threw the dice and lost each time she gets minutes on the court. She is more of a walking foul magnet than a game changer. When the other team notices her coming in, their attacking effectiveness instantly increases by 10%. It resembles a cheat code. Go at Angel and wonderful things will come. To be in her airspace alone could be a career night. Not to be overlooked is the off-court intensity. Yes, she always has a quote ready. Has something to say all the time. When you look past the headlines, however, you always see smoke and no fire. There's no meat, no substance. Big, noisy, bright, and all cotton candy, it vanishes the moment you actually try to nibble on it. Meanwhile, the constant barrage of hoopla surrounding the Angel Reese PR effort is drowning out guys who are truly hooping and grinding. It's also really draining. Imagine putting in a lifetime of effort to get into the league, leading your team, and achieving good numbers, only to be eclipsed by someone whose primary contribution is being tall, loud, and sometimes dramatic. It's not a dearth of talent that is the WNBA's talent problem. Its refusal to prioritize skill over noise is the problem. It consistently prioritizes players like Angel Reese in the hopes that their charisma will carry the show.
you made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry, based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese. Stop.
Post-game shade and attitude are not enough to construct a league. You base it on performance, reliability, and real basketball. Nevertheless, the notion that she ought to be in the All-Star game is still being considered, as if the league needed less real competition and more embarrassing missed shots. It would be like selecting someone who has never handled a microphone as Coachella's main act to include her in the All-Star mix at this juncture. It is unjust to the game itself, to the spectators, and to the real stars. Therefore, it is not a tragedy that Angel Reese did not place in the top 10. It's not unfair. It's not hatred. It's just the way things are, catching up to the hype machine at last. And she will need to do something crazy, something groundbreaking, something unprecedented if she wants a different outcome the next year. She will need to improve her basketball skills. The true highlight will be when she eventually understands that this league owes her nothing, but until then, keep up the media spin, the highlight reels of defensive catastrophes, and the faux anger. Additionally, you must earn those all-star votes rather than relying on hashtags and hot takes to get them.